All right, question number 9. We want to write the equation of a line that goes through the given 2 points in standard form. One thing I like to do sometimes is instead of trying to find the slope and plug it into point slope form, I like to, I guess, work backwards. And so I always use slope-intercept form if possible. So I'll show you what I mean. So we're given 2 points. We're given the ordered pair 0, 0, and then we're given the ordered pair 1, 6, or negative 1, 6, and 1 over 13. So this is another method that you can use. You can do one of 2 things. You can find the slope, which is going to be a little bit more challenging because you have fractional order pairs. Either way, you're going to have to, deal with some fractions. And then the other method is we can just plug in what we're given and then solve for the missing variable. So one thing I like to do, like if I'm given the slope, I can plug in the slope. So let's say we're given the slope, I can plug in the slope. And then if I just had 1 point, so instead of using point slope form, I would use this point, and I would plug in for x and y, and I would solve for b. This time I'm going to do a little bit different because this point 0, 0, if you notice, is the intercept. This is the y-intercept. Whenever x is 0, whatever y is the y-intercept. So I have noticed that this is the y-intercept. So from here, I can do one of 2 things. I can just find the slope, and I can have slope-intercept form and then move that over, and I can have standard form there if I have all whole numbers, or I can just plug in the intercept and then plug these in for x and y and then solve for m and find out what m is. In this case, I think it would probably be easier just to find the slope and then multiply to get whole numbers from there. So I'm going to find the slope. I'm going to say y2 is 1 over 13 minus y1 of 0, and then my x2, negative 1 over 6 minus x1, which is 0. So this is going to give me 1 over 13 divided by negative 1 over 6. Now, when we have a fraction divided by a fraction, there's no such thing. We do keep, change, flip, or copy, change, flip, whatever you're used to. So this is going to be equal to 1 over 13 times, and we're going to flip this, a negative 6 over 1. And we multiply straight across, so that gives us a negative 6 over 13 as our slope. Okay, so I'm going to say y equals negative 6 over 13 x. And then the special thing about this problem, this is the y-intercept, so if you notice that, you don't actually have to go through and do other work. You can just say plus 0, so that's your y-intercept. Now, in order to get this in standard form, all of the variables a, b, and c have to be whole numbers. So this is a fraction, so I need to make this a whole number. I do that by multiplying by 13. So I'm going to multiply this side by 13, and I'm going to multiply this side by 13. This 0 is going to end up going away because anything times 0 is itself. Adding 0 doesn't change anything. So this is going to give me 13y equals, when I multiply 13, it cancels out division by 13, leaving me with a negative 6x. And then times 0 will be 0, so this is what we end up with. Now, to get this in standard form, x and y need to be on the same side of the equal sign. So I'm going to rewrite this down here, 13y equals negative 6x. And I'm going to add 6x to both sides. So on this right side, I'm left with 0. And then on the left side, I have 6x plus 13y. And now that's in standard form. And give us answer choice B. So just note, the only other thing that you would do would be different is you could plug this into point slope form if you didn't notice that was a y-intercept, and just do it like we did the previous problems. But if you notice the y-intercept, you can save a little bit of work. So it's always nice to work smarter and not harder. Number 10, we want to find the equation of the vertical line through this point. Okay, so this is just a knowledge-based question. So 10, if I have a vertical line, that means if I have my x and y axis, a vertical line is going to cross the x-axis only. So that means I'm going to have x equals some number. And if it goes through this point, 8/3 and 3/7, I need to focus on the x value. The x value is going to tell me what I need. So because the order pair is 8/3, that's telling me that it's going to go through 8/3 on this line, which is approximately like 2 and 0.66. So anyway, once you find the x value, if you know it's a vertical line, x equals whatever the x value is. So that's going to be 8/3. Again, just a knowledge thing that you put 2 and 2 together. So the equation of this line is going to be x equals 8 divided by 3.